you know 1 in 2 people will develop cardiovascular disease in their lifetime, yet so few people feel empowered to change that trajectory? Know that I've actually written a book called Healing Your Hormonal Heart, and today I'm going to cover off some very powerful tools that I know will help you heal your heart if you have had a heart condition or prevent heart disease in the future. Number 1, I want you to switch up your snack choices. I absolutely love macadamia nuts because macadamians are actually very high in a special fat called monounsaturated fatty acids, otherwise known as MUFAs for short. And these are exceptionally good for you. They know that these are actually one of the most anti-inflammatory nuts because they're exceptionally low in arachidonic acid, which is a type of potentially inflammatory fat. So I just love them. They taste incredible. They're super creamy. They're like butter balls. Enjoy your macadamia nuts. Next up, I'm also going to encourage you to enjoy more avocado oil because avocado oil has 2 great benefits. Number 1, it's got a very high smoke point, 520 degrees before it smokes. That's incredible. And number 2, because it's an omega-9 or a monounsaturated fatty acid, it has less chance of oxidizing. You do not want to cook with canola oil, corn oil, soy oil, because that oxidizes and smokes at low temperature. So I just love this. I love how buttery it is. I love how neutral it is. It goes great both in baking and in cooking. And you want to saute at low temperatures if possible, and you really want to enjoy baking things off at lower temperatures instead of high frying, obviously. That's very, very important because when you have a fat breakdown or smoke, then it creates a lot of free radicals, which damages your delicate blood vessels. Next up, I want you to really double down on the amount of olives that you enjoy. And the reason why is because olives are not only incredibly high in omega-9, but they're also rich in something called polyphenols, which are incredible for your anti-inflammatory lifestyle. So I just love olives. I think it's really funny to note that one of the longest living human beings on record, Jean Clément of Paris, ate up to half a jar of olives a day. So I have taken it up as a longevity practice. Whenever I have a salt craving because I have low blood pressure, I reach for those olives. For those of you with high blood pressure, if you're concerned about salt, you can rinse them to dramatically reduce the sodium, but just keep in mind that sugar, flour, alcohol, and stress play a much larger role in high blood pressure than sodium alone. So to knock out sodium from your system, if you've had too much sodium, just really increase your potassium foods. And that brings me to eating more veggies. It's so wonderful to have anti-inflammatory veggies. This is one of my favorites. This is fennel. It's rich in anethol, which is powerfully anti-inflammatory. And also just making green soups. I love to call them soupies versus smoothies that are full of sugars. What I like about soupies is they're savory. And if you want more delicious recipes, you got to check out my new book. I just love my book, the Healing the Hormonal Heart, because there's such an incredible, valuable, such an amazing array of recipes in there. There's actually 50 recipes, which is really good for an ebook. So I also want to talk up the importance of changing our taste buds, getting away from flour and sugar that drives the inflammation that's in the background of your heart disease, and enjoying more veggies that will actually help you taste sweet naturally. Turns out that artichokes has the power to change your taste buds so that everything you sip and everything you eat afterwards tastes sweeter, which is super cool. It's also very high in an undigestible fiber that helps to slow down everything you're eating with it. So it helps to balance your personal blood sugar, which will be really great for preventing heart disease. Last but not least, if you really want to vasodilate, if you're somebody who's been told that you would benefit from increasing nitric oxide, maybe you're somebody who's had to take nitroglycerin in the past. Well, it turns out what helps to vasodilate is naturally occurring substances that will increase your nitric oxide in your blood. And one of the things that does it the best is beets. So I enjoy beet kvass or beet juice. There was a wonderful study showing a dramatic spike in athletic performance amongst athletes who enjoyed 2 cups of beet juice before their races because they're getting such a lift. Obviously some good carbohydrates in there, but they're also getting rich amounts of this wonderful naturally occurring nitrates that actually increase their nitric oxide in their blood. So enjoy more beets, enjoy more greens, enjoy more nuts and seeds Definitely want to increase those fibrous seeds like the chia and the flax. And you're going to get some delicious recipes, including my cracker recipe that's just absolutely spectacular for helping to pull like a broom, sweeping through, reducing that negative cholesterol, and really helping to boost your heart health and have you live a long and happy life. So go check out the Healing the Hormonal Heart ebook. You'll learn my story, which is quite a wild story, being a healthy person, but having the real genetic predisposition to heart disease. I actually had to really work on balancing my hormones. So if you're concerned whether hormones might be messing with your heart, it's an invaluable read that you'll definitely want to get your girlfriends to buy as well. Okay, talk soon.